Hello dear chess friends, my name is Artem Smirnov and today I'd like to represent you my game against Gal Drnovsek. It was played in the chess tournament in Schwanberg, Austria. I was black, and this game is one of the most complex games I've ever played in my chess career. d4, d5, usually I play knight f6, but I decided to check this variation in Queen's Gambit accepted, and also to surprise my opponent. e4, knight h6. Of course it's impossible to take the knight on f3 because of bishop f7. Black has to defend this pawn. Knight d2, f5. f5 is a rare move, and now we get a fresh position on the 7th move. Knight c3, bishop d6, g3, bishop d7. Bishop e2 is a good move in general, but it gives black an option to play knight f7 and prepare castling. Knight c4. That's the reason bishop e2 was played. f3 is an alternative, takes knight f3, and white is slightly better here. Knight c4 castles, takes, c takes d6. Bishop d2, king h8, and now looks like black's going to play knight g5 and maybe knight f3 somewhere. But the engine plays castle here, rook b8, rook c1, and evaluates this position like white is much better. That's absolutely right, I agree with the engine, of course, but it's not so easy to forecast all these variations. My opponent played h4, preventing knight g5, rook b8 and g4. G4 is a very aggressive approach. Of course, white wants to capture the central pawn on e4, but nevertheless white gets problems with the king. The king is exposed on e1 and it has no shelter. Knight h6 was played in the game, not the best option. F takes g4 would be even stronger. Knight takes, queen e7, and in this case black is even slightly better. After knight h6, black is also okay. g5, knight g4. It was my idea. The knight is really annoying on g4. If white takes the knight, then black gets control over the white squares. Queen a3 was played in the game. Queen a3. This is the best option. White attacks the d6 pawn. f4. Again, the best move according to the computer. Queen takes, queen e8, defending the e4 pawn. And now black has different threats. Maybe f3, f takes e3, knight f2 somewhere. White has to be cautious. It was possible to play knight d5, knight c7 with this unclear endgame, or h5, rook d8, h6, well, this is also about equality according to the engine, but my opponent decided to attack the knight on g4, and rook g8 is not the best option. Rook d8, the strongest defense. Now if white takes the knight, then black takes the bishop and attacks the queen. White has no time to win this piece. Queen c5, a prevention move, and I stroke on f2. It's a good option and the best move. b6 could be an alternative. Queen c2 and knight f2 here, or knight a5, queen b4, knight f2. It leads to the same position. Knight a5, queen b4 takes, king takes, bishop h3. Black takes the f1 square under control. And of course, it's very hard for a human chess player to foresee all this stuff. Takes, queen f7, knight d4. And finally, black's attack is decisive, according to the engine. But for me, it's not even clear right now. f3 looks like a good option too. Instead of b6, bishop f1, b6. And this variation is drawish, because white has no time to take the queen on a5. f2 with checkmate is threatening. King f2, rook d2, check with perpetual. After queen h5, takes, the position is also drawish. Rook g4, check, takes. Queen h1 with perpetual. Well, I took the pawn on f2 immediately. King f2 and knight d4. Knight d4 was a blunder. My initial idea was f takes c3, king takes, knight d4. Queen takes d4, bishop c6. But white has rook gf1. It's the best option. After queen c5, queen d7, black is winning with double attack. Queen d2 and queen h3 is threatening. After queen a7 is the same thing, but looks like rook gf1 is enough to defend. And during the game it was hard to understand what's really going on. The engine finds rook f3, check, takes, check, queen g6, check, b5. Well, white has material advantage here, but black has attack. And surprisingly, black's attack is even stronger. Queen e4, and my engine evaluates this position better for black. Of course, it was extremely hard to calculate all this stuff during the game, and when I started my calculation after it takes e3, king takes e3, knight d4, bishop c6, I couldn't understand what's going on, and that's why I decided to start with knight d4, but it happened to be a serious mistake. Queen takes d4. Looks like it's only transposition, but well, e takes f4 would be much better for white. White takes only a pawn, not the knight on d4, but nevertheless black's attack is not enough. Knight e2, knight e2, queen h5, free check, and after all black's only an exchange down, and the white king is weak, but it's not enough to get real chances for black. Black is lost here. White should win. After queen d4, bishop c6, queen b4. Well, black's position is good. In case of queen a7, black should play f3, and this position is better for black. But queen a7 will be stronger. After queen b4, black has an option to take on f3 again. King takes, and now a5 and queen d7, winning. Again, black attacks the bishop on d2, and queen h3 is also threatening. After a3, looks like black's attack is also thrilling and really dangerous for white. Bishop d3 is the best option, it was played in the game. After rook f1, a5 takes. Black's much better. Bishop d3, rook takes d3, rook d1, queen b8. Queen b8 is a decent move, but a5 would be better according to the engine. Queen c5, b6, distracting queen to play queen d7, forcing knight b1, and black is slightly better. After queen b8, white has to defend the h2 square, rook h1, rook d8 attacking the bishop, knight b1. White defends the bishop, but white should have played knight e4, giving up a piece but getting equal position. White is a pawn up, black has attack. This game should be drawish and the position is equal. After knight b1 it looks like black has no threats, white is a piece up, the king is safe under the f3 shield. But well, even my engine considers this position better for black, what is really surprising for me, because during the game I thought that maybe this position is at least unclear or black is worse. b6, it's a good move. h5 loses. Surprisingly, this move loses. Queen e7 would be stronger. Rook d7, rook d5, rook d7, and black is only slightly better. After h5 I played queen e5. Looks like a logical move. Black attacks the g5 pawn and then queen g2 would be threatening. But rook d5, rook a5 is much stronger. Rook h3, rook g5. Black gets the third pawn for the piece and black is winning here. After queen e5, h6, the best option. a5, queen b6 was played and queen b6 is mistaken. After queen c4, white is going to take the g7 pawn. For example, queen g5, h takes, check, queen takes g7, bishop c3, pinning the queen and winning material. So if black plays queen d5 after queen c4, the endgame is totally lost for black. So white could have won this game after queen c4. After queen b6, queen g5, this is not so easy. Rook g1, rook d2, check, check. King e1, rook e2. King f1, another mistake. King d1 leads to the winning position for white. Looks like the f2 pawn is dangerous, but in this position it gives nothing for black. White should be winning. After king f1, black gets chances. Queen b5 is the only move. H takes g7, check. White should have played queen d8, rook g5 immediately. After rook e1, white has king f2, of course. King e1 loses due to the checkmate, queen e2. King f2, rook e2, check. Queen e2 gives nothing. The king is safe on g3 and then on f4. So rook e2, check. King f4 takes, takes. And this endgame is better for white. White has extra material. H takes g7 was played in the game. King g8, of course, is the only move. Well, queen b5 was the final mistake. I have to say that we have been playing this game in a serious time trouble. That's why we've made so many mistakes. And of course, the position was extremely complicated. After queen d8, the position is equal. Bishop e8, rook g5, queen c6. Now black has this move. Rook c5 takes, queen e8 with perpetual check. Queen b5, bishop b5. And white has no defense. Black's threat is simple. Rook b2 and f2. Rook h5, bishop d3. Rook d5. Well, here white lost on time, but white's position is lost. After rook d5, black plays rook b2 check, takes, and the d3 pawn is unstoppable. Well, you've seen an abundance of mistakes and errors, but I hope that this game was spectacular and interesting. Thank you. See you later. Bye.